Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a deeply personal paradigm shift. We're talking about reclaiming our intrinsic value from a society that is constantly, almost obsessively asking us to prove it.
Let's kick things off by addressing the elephant in the room, that heavy, silent question almost all of us ask ourselves as adults. Am I really worthy? It's such an isolating thought to carry around, right? But what's truly fascinating here is that this question, it literally never crossed our minds when we were kids.
Think about it. We start our lives knowing our worth deep down in our bones. As children, we just accepted our value without question. We definitely didn't walk around wondering if we were enough. But as we grow up, society, slowly, almost invisibly, convinces us that our value isn't a given at all. It tells us it's something we actually have to earn, win, or somehow prove to the rest of the world.
Section 1. The chase for external worth and the trap of proving ourselves.
Suddenly, society expects us to be extraordinary in absolutely every single area of our lives. We end up tying our worth to our job titles, our grades, our bank account balances, the accolades we rack up, our personal wellness routines, and, worst of all, the ever-changing opinions of others. We're using these external metrics as a relentless measuring stick for our very soul. And yet, no matter how much we achieve on this list, it always feels like something is missing, Like we're just never doing or being quite enough.
And this perfectly highlights why this whole dynamic is just so crushing in the modern world. Enter the social media effect. Social media dramatically heightens this struggle because, well, we end up comparing our messy, chaotic inner doubts to the highly polished, beautifully curated highlight reels of everyone else's outsides. It's an absolutely impossible, unwinnable comparison.
To really ground this, let's look at a specific personal experience from our source material. 5. That's the number of different degrees one author actually acquired to try and cure a broken sense of self. They were pushed by this deep, nagging sense of unworthiness to try and prove themselves to the world. But here's the kicker. Even after hitting those incredibly ambitious goals and securing 5 whole degrees, it didn't bring fulfillment. Those external trophies, they completely failed to fill the internal void.
So the crucial point to take away here is that we get stuck in this totally exhausting cycle, what's called the outer attainment for inner attunement trap. We falsely believe that acquiring things on the outside, like more money, more likes, more degrees, will finally make us feel complete on the inside. But the hard truth is, you will never have enough of what you do not truly need. Section 2. Conditional versus genuine self-worth. The paradigm shift.
Let's take a breath here and look at this brilliant comparison from Dr. Gabor-Mate. On one side, we have the chaotic, conditional worth we've been endlessly chasing, contingent self-esteem. This relies entirely on external validation, likes, and possessions, and because it depends on the world's judgment, it's totally fleeting and highly prone to collapse. But on the flip side, we have genuine self-esteem. This is an unwavering, consistent, steadfast baseline of knowing your worth. It comes entirely from within, and it remains completely intact no matter what craziness happens around us.
This brings us to Dr. Mate's concept of inherent wholeness. Now, notice the key phrase here. Returning to. It means you don't actually have to search outside yourself to find your value. You just have to reclaim the worth you already possess. You have value and you are enough simply because you exist. You're literally just returning to that core truth you knew back when you were a kid.
Section 3. How to reclaim your worth and the 5 steps to remembering who you are.
So here's the roadmap for actually cultivating and deepening that sense of worth. Look closely at these 5 steps. Reflect, repair, know yourself, prioritize well-being, and embrace dual truths. The biggest thing to notice here? Every single step is an internal, completely controllable action rather than some exhausting external pursuit. You hold all the power here.
Let's break these down a bit. Looking at steps 1 and 3, you have to start by getting really deeply curious about your own patterns. You need to figure out what outside forces you've historically given your power away to. Acknowledge when you're seeking that external validation, whether it's achievements, your appearance, or someone's approval. Then reflect on the labels you've used to define yourself, and meet those reflections with deep compassion. You have to actively let go of the labels that just don't serve you anymore.
For step 2, repairing your inner dialogue, you literally have to challenge your own inner critic. When your brain highlights your failures with that false belief of, I'm not good enough, stop and ask yourself, is that a fact or is it just a feeling? Then purposefully replace it with a supportive new narrative.
I am enough exactly as I am, and I am always growing. You really have to make your inner voice a kind one.
Moving to step 4. This is all about prioritizing your well-being. Now, so many people struggle with this because they secretly feel unworthy of care in the first place. But this shift changes everything. You do not have to earn the right to look after yourself. You are already deserving of the time and effort it takes to tend to your head, your heart, and your body. Think about it. When you truly value something, you treat it well. You have to start treating yourself well.
And for step 5, we have dual truths. This is the amazing concept that two things can be entirely true at the exact same time. You can be a total work in progress and still be completely deserving of love and respect. This is such a liberating concept, isn't it? It means you can make mistakes, you can struggle, and you can be entirely imperfect, all while remaining absolutely enough.
Section 4. The truth about being enough. Your worth is perfectly intact.
As we wrap up this explainer, we really need to internalize the fact that we are all just doing the very best we can with the knowledge, the tools, and the circumstances we have in any given moment. I want you to let these words really sink in. You are enough in this moment, and you will be enough in the next moment too. You have always been enough. Your worthiness is not something you ever need to chase again. By virtue of you simply being here, existing in this world, your worth is already perfectly intact. You just have to reconnect with that part of your soul that knows this is the truth.
So, I'll leave you with this final provocative thought to take with you today. How will you show up differently today now that you know your worth is intact? If you stopped trying to earn your worth and just reclaimed your power right now, how would that reshape your reality? Take this realization of inherent wholeness out into your life and let it completely change the way you see yourself. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.